Oh, hey there, guys. Well, it's that time again for another fun-filled episode. Welcome to Nerd Daddies.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 15 of the Nerd Daddies podcast. I am joined again by TJ, his lovely ass, and Logan.
Oh, yeah.
Which is lovely but flat.
A pancake ass is still an ass.
We've talked about your what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not
Putting
really
syrup
sure.
on his pancake ass.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway, what's new with you guys?
Other than my pancake ass.
IHOP is quaking.
There you go. Yeah. I'm more of a Waffle House person.
Oh man,
I too like cigarettes.
I don't know.
I mean,
Can't
it's always a
smoke at
dinner.
Waffle House.
I mean, it's always a dinner and a show, though.
Legit.
Somebody's always shooting up at a Waffle House.
That is true.
Why did I just get the image of like a diabetic shooting up maple syrup?
Jeez.
Seems like a episode from Family Guy or South
Oh,
Park.
100%. Yeah.
South Park.
Yeah.
So we got to go see the lovely Paw Patrol movie last weekend in theaters with two little kids, which it wasn't bad actually. Meaning the movie. I mean, the kids were good too. That was not. They weren't a problem.
The kids sucked.
Yeah, no, they were good. They thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good.
Oh yeah, they're sitting there just constantly eating popcorn and just staring at the big screen like in awe. So they loved it, and it was good first time for them. So it was fun.
Were there any celebrities in this movie? Like there was with the Oh, there was another one.
You mean like
I
celebrity
don't know.
voice actor?
Yeah, it was like wasn't Kim Kardashian the voice actor for something?
Oh, I do not know.
Yeah, I don't know on that one. Yeah,
Damn, I know there was like a kids movie where she was the voice actor.
I'm sure. I don't really pay attention to that unless I like hear them and I'm like, I know that voice.
I'm gonna find that for us.
you do that. It wasn't a bad movie though.
Surprising.
Yeah. But I mean, they're definitely going to make probably more movies. But the animation, they're getting better with it, which is actually pretty cool.
I wish they would do like the animation they do for the movies. I wish they would do it for the show.
Oh yeah, it'd make the show like 1,000 times better.
Yeah, I think that's what kills me on the shows.
I would agree. Yeah, it's just more cartoony, I guess. I don't really know how to say it. I guess what it is, but yeah.
I mean, kids, they don't care. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, as long as they can pump out episodes.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, Bluey, they've got it like down pat. It's like super easy.
Yeah.
Super easy for them to pump out episodes. So
apparently it was the Paw Patrol movie where it was Kim Kardashian played Dolores and like Tyler Perry played Gus. The kid from Young Sheldon played Chase. So like that was the one I was talking about. There was a lot of like weirdly star-studded cast.
Oh, okay, like the actual first movie they did, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to who is voice acting.
I usually don't. I want to say I'd heard that on another podcast and thought that was bizarre.
That is interesting, though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't give a shit about Kim Kardashian, but
I mean,
well,
she's got kids, so I mean, like that's probably something she did
that's
for
gotta
a
be
kid.
her reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her exact reasoning. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, other than this past week, full time back in the office. Yay!
Lucky you, right?
So fun. Of course, I know y'all both have to go to the office or your work, but
I don't know. But yeah, most
Yeah.
days, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if TJ could really work from home, but
Yeah, I don't have
might
that
be kind of hard.
option. Yeah. I don't have that option. I wish I did.
Yeah. So, but what's going on with you guys lately?
Well, not to sound like a book nerd, but I just finished my third book for spooky season, and it's just I've picked some bangers. Like there's some good books. Hey, I'll tell you, these books are good, and it just keeps getting better. So hopefully, I keep up the trend. I've started my fourth one. It's kind of been slow, but I've also been busy. But the third one I read was How to Sell a Haunted House. So, like going into
Huh.
it, I thought it was just about ghosts, just like simple ghost story or whatever. Nope, it's got small kids, puppets, like all
All the
that
creepy
horror.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, especially when it comes to puppets. That scares the fuck out of me.
I don't know. The puppet stuff never got me, but the creepy demonic kids. Oh, it was always kind of scary.
Yeah, that's a like bad like that's a deadly combo. Yeah, creepy kids and puppets or possessed stuffed animals. No, like
See,
I
creepy kids never got me.
like
Like,
Goosebumps. I guess that's what really where it started. Was it the episode and the book? I read the book too when I was younger about the vitiller. Fuck, I can't even say that word.
ventriloquist.
Yeah, the yeah, the dummy that creeped the shit out of me. And then the show.
So yeah, I feel the puppets don't freak me out just because I feel like I can break a puppet, and then like a haunted kid, like I can kick a kid. Like,
Yeah.
If they're possessed, they're gonna have supernatural power. Like they're gonna be able to overpower you and like
listen,
punch
if
you in
I
the
can,
cock or something.
he has psychic powers, but he chooses to punch me in the cock.
I mean,
Jeez.
Okay.
it also didn't help. Like growing up, my uncle on my mom's side, so her brother, he had a ventriloquist dummy from when he was younger, and every time we would like go up and visit up in Illinois, like we would stay a few nights at his house, and so in one of their like guest bedrooms, he had that dummy set up in the corner, and I always
Oh
ended up.
fuck!
I always ended up with that fucking room. I'm like, hell, like I could never
Put it
sleep.
somewhere.
That's great.
That's
You
usually what
bastard.
I would cover it up, or sometimes we would make them move it. And I'm like, no, like I couldn't sleep.
What about like the Chucky movies and stuff? Are those? Does that bug you?
Now, weirdly enough, Chucky didn't freak me out, and I watched that at a young age, like probably younger than I should have been.
I don't think I've ever seen the original. I watched the remake, and God, that is a garbage movie.
The movie or
Oh,
the
was
show?
it?
I haven't seen the show, but the movie, the remake movie, like where it's voiced by the guy who plays Luke Skywalker.
Oh, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, horrible. They base it around like it's a e-doll who has an app, and like
Oh, yeah, that's right.
it sucks.
Yeah, that sounds kind of terrible.
Yeah.
But what's going on with you then, Alex?
Well, I started taking on some extra shit at work, and I'm tired, but it's been fun. Let's see, man. I started playing a Dark Souls 3 again with a friend of mine, and it's been so long since I played the Soul like games, and they're not horror games, but they have that aspect to them, so it's pretty funny. Like I've screamed, I think just once, but it was like I walked past a door and this like 30-foot like fucking wolf like blew through the door. And yeah, I jumped back and then I fell off a cliff and died. So
That's great.
that was pretty entertaining.
I don't think I've ever played those games, but they always looked very interesting. So
They're so fucking difficult.
But that's all I've ever heard about them. They're hard
Mhm.
as shit.
But the cool thing is, like, the older ones that actually have multiplayer, those are easier because the multiplayer aspect really dumbs the game down. Whereas if you're playing just one person, like, it's hard as shit. So those are still really fun to like play around with a friend.
that's pretty cool.
No.
Yeah, I definitely need to try that then one day. One
Yeah,
day.
it's pretty neat. I played Elden Souls when it came, or Elden Ring when it came out. That game's just too much for me. I can't do open world like that.
Yeah, I've never. I mean, Elden Ring looks great. And I've watched videos on it, gameplay and stuff like that, but I've never really had the urge to just jump in and play it though. So I think I actually have it on Steam. I got it for free from something. I don't remember what it was, but
What the fuck?
yeah. Yeah, like legit. I don't
Wow.
remember how I got it, but I got it for free.
That's still.
Yeah. It was some promotion thing that I got in an email, I guess. And I was like, that's weird. I'll take it. This seems like a scam. And then I'm like, oh, the key worked. Oh, Elden Ring's now in my Steam library. Cool.
One of those
I'll download
situations
it later.
Like one of those situations you expect an email.
Exactly. Yep. And I even I logged into my Steam account and stuff and did it on like one of my VMs just to make sure something wasn't scammy with it. So I could just like delete the VM if something fucking gets downloaded that shouldn't. So yeah. Just make sure it wasn't a security risk. But yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
No, but damn, we probably should get back into this.
That's fine. Yeah, we can.
No, I guess with playing Dark Souls a lot, it's really gotten me in that like horror mood. So like Kirsten and I usually watch a lot of horror movies around this time, and we're actually going to the Haunted Horror Nights in Orlando or Universal. It's going to be pretty sick. I'm pretty hyped about it. 2 more days of work, and then I'm off for a couple. So thank God.
That's always a good feeling when you know you just have like a couple of days in a week.
Oh, yeah.
Week, and then you're off for the rest of the week.
But so like, I think there's a couple cool houses. Like the Friday the 13th, or no, Five Nights at Freddy's house is there for the new movie by Blumhouse.
Yeah, I forgot that movie was coming out.
It actually looks really good.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't know what to expect from it.
I thought it was going to be kind of cringe because most of anybody who likes Five Nights at Freddy's is kind of cringe. Not necessarily the people that like it, but the diehards that are like, well, if you look at this iceberg, Balloon Boy died because of it's like,
Oh,
you don't.
You know them when you see them. You know them. Like,
Yeah, and they gatekeep the fuck out of things from other people. It's wild. But no, that movie looks great. Excited for that house, and then they're doing like a Last of Us house as well. Which is,
yeah, that one sounds cool.
I'm pretty hyped about it.
Cool, yeah.
But I completely flopped on watching that series. I think I watched the first episode.
I feel like they did a pretty good job with it. Yeah.
There was only like 8 episodes, man.
That's how every new shows are like 8 episodes now.
Yeah.
Like all of them are.
I like how we start out like basic was, well, back in the day it was like 21. Now it's like the average is 10. Now it's starting to go down to 8. I'm like, what?
And then anime seasons are still like 20 something episodes, 30 usually.
Yeah.
Or more.
or even if they want to call it like having seasons, some of them don't even have seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think One Piece is on episode like 1045 or something like
Fuck.
that of season 1. You know,
Never ending. So,
never ending.
but yeah, you should go back and rewatch The Last of Us. At least try.
Yeah,
it
I need
again.
to. I know there were a lot of shot-for-shot remakes, and that's like really cool for me because I played a lot of the original.
I love the first one. I never played the second one. I really do want to though. But so yeah, we can. I definitely want to see what they do with like a second season of Last of Us.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
they even do it, I'm assuming they're going to do it. It's HBO. They always do at least 8 seasons.
Yeah.
6 to 8. If it got good, like viewership and stuff. So, but I'll take it.
I don't know the old HBO. They used to cut off shows halfway through.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but I don't think they do that so much anymore. They at least finish a season.
Yeah, they've been
So-
riding it out here soon.
Yeah.
Let's not get started on Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another story or another time.
I think that's an episode.
Talk
all
about-
by itself.
Yeah, it really can be.
I've seen the finale and nothing else.
That'd be a
You get the
fun
gist of it
aspect.
from that one then.
Pretty much, the show sucked. I'm kidding. Anyway, no, The Last of Us 2, yeah, I'm excited for that, but like, I'm also excited to see. I know they're supposed to be doing like a precursor to like the It series, with like how Pennywise originated and his like descent into madness or whatever. I think they were talking about doing that as a series. I really hope that comes out. I know my wife would be stoked.
I mean, that'd be pretty interesting.
I remember seeing something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the movies were like, I didn't think the original one was that scary when it came out.
No, awful.
But, I mean, for the time, they were pretty good. And then the second one, it was just okay. It gave you a little bit of more insight to Pennywise, I guess, but you're still missing a lot. Like, the fuck did he come from kind of deal or whatever kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you know? So that might be pretty good if they do like a prequel to it. I'd watch it at least.
I think it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been interested in trying to watch the new Chucky series. See how that's like.
Truthfully, I didn't even know they made a Chucky series.
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. I'll have to check that out then, yeah. I think I watched Scream, the newest Scream movie, I guess. Or whatever it is. That one was
How many
I mean,
does that make it now?
like 8 or 9. I don't even know. I don't really know.
Did they come out with a new one after the one with the girl from Wednesday?
Yeah.
No, that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
no.
just that far behind.
That's a great movie, honestly.
It was not bad. It gave you a background, a good storyline, I guess, for the killing,
Yeah.
the people killing stuff. Yeah. So
See, I recently started getting into that movie, or like that movie series. I assumed it was the same situation of like the guy behind the mask was like kind of like Michael Myers, where he's the same every time. I didn't realize it was a new killer every time, and I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah.
That was oh.
No, it don't matter.
Spoiler.
I haven't seen past Scream 3, so I'm like way fucking behind. That's what in the 2000s.
I think I've watched Scream 1 and 2 and then the newest, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. So.
I didn't even bother with the other ones, so yeah, that's just not. Yeah, I still have on my list to watch The Nun and Nun 2 because I don't know. I think it was you, Alex, that said that they were pretty good, or at least The Nun was pretty good.
The first Nun's really good. It's just,
Yeah.
It's solid.
And then of course Orphan 2. I need to watch that one.
It's so. See, my wife and I used to we would have friends over we would have my friend and his wife come over, and literally like weekly we would watch a brand new horror movie. The Orphan series is so fucking good. Like the first one's great, the twist is great. The second one, you think you know it because the twist in the first one kind of you can't redo that. It's great. There's another twist, and it kills it, and it's honestly like better than the first one in my opinion, which is hard because that movie's great.
Yeah, I remember when the first one came out. It was great. It was really good. I actually enjoyed it. I guess it took him a while to make a second one though of that.
Yeah.
And I just saw that the new Pet Cemetery movie's already out to watch now.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm like, hell yeah!
Mm.
I loved those growing up. I thought the Pet Cemetery movies were so good.
Stephen King movies are like not big on his books, but the movies,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I was always into the Pet Cemetery, Stephen King movies, and the Hellraiser movies. I don't know why, but I always like the Hellraiser movies. Like the old ones they're rough because the costumes, you could tell they're not the greatest when it comes to the costume design and everything. And then the new movie is just phenomenal with the scenery and everything like that. So I've always liked those.
My personal favorite's always been Michael Myers, like Halloween movies.
Great.
See, I don't know on that one. I'm kind of up in the air on those. Same with the
Jason.
yeah, Jason, yeah. Friday the 13th. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
I think the originals, like for their time, were great, and then I think outside of that, like they've tried to carry it on so many times and for so long. It's just, it's
It just
rehashed too much.
Yeah, it just ends up being too much to the story.
I think the three newest ones are so good. Don't get me wrong. The second one out of that series, the three at least, horrible. But the first and the third one, they're great. There's so much good gore. There's so much good storytelling. But
I mean, and it is good to see some reimagining to it as well.
yeah,
But it's like there's only so many times that you can retell the story.
that's fair. I really do hope they don't bring him back again, because at that point, it's like, who cares?
What about, I guess, a different take on a horror movie, Brightburn? Do y'all remember that one?
Oh yeah,
Like it's like a more of like a superhero horror movie kind of deal.
Yeah,
Wasn't
he's
it like,
Superman.
yeah, was it like if it was Superman, but he was the opposite?
Yeah, he was
Like,
essentially evil,
Yeah,
but
He's just a child.
He was just a kid to begin with. I'm like, dude, that was good. They did a great job with that one.
again with the kids, man, it's creepy as fuck.
I know, yeah, it is.
I don't think I could kick that one.
I mean, and with having kids, man, when they say some creepy shit, you're like, oh god, is it that time?
That's true. Oh, I did rewatch recently the House of a Thousand Corpses series.
Oh man,
I don't know if y'all ever watched those from Rob Zombie, the Rob
yeah.
Zombie films. Oh, they're so good though. Creepy shit though, like really creepy shit.
Rob Zombie has a fucked up mind.
Yeah, he probably has the most fucked up mind of any horror movie out there probably right now.
The shit that happens in those movies is like that is not normal.
Yeah.
I agree. Like I enjoy his movies, enjoy them, love them, but holy fuck.
Yeah, I would. They're like, Alex is like, I've never watched those.
I have never seen one.
Next movie night.
Yeah, I don't know. Does Kirsten like gore type stuff too in the horror movie?
She'll like if there's a decent amount, it's fine. It's more like, do not make it the whole movie. Like, don't make it a Saw movie where it's just like, oh, this person got his eye sucked out by a vacuum cleaner.
No, it's not as intense as Saw.
Yeah.
I mean, the point of the Saw movies is to see just straight up people
Yeah.
getting their limbs cut off, needles in their eyeballs, all that kind of stuff.
Damn, you're making me second guessing myself because I love the Saw movies.
Oh
I
God,
mean, I
awful.
like them too, but I'm like, all the traps that he set up, there's just like,
Yeah,
it's hard to watch how they made the people react during the movies or how they act during the movies. So like, why the fuck are you doing that? There's something over here you could just like break the chain with. Just do that.
It's
I'm
just
like, it's not realistic at all, but I know it's not supposed to be that realistic.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That always bugs me. So
Jigsaw is just Kevin McAllister grown up.
I mean, yeah.
Conspiracy theory.
Oh, and what's the movie series? And it's about the United States, and it's like everybody can kill after a certain time.
Oh,
You
The
can just
Purge.
kill. Yeah, the Purge series.
Oh, that's too real. That's too real.
I'm like, what the fuck? I could
I would
literally
love
trust.
a Purge.
I could literally trust nobody.
I mean,
I really couldn't.
January 6th, we were on the verge of a purge. Legit. No shit.
Oh God, yeah, that's funny as shit. I don't know, especially nowadays with how sensitive people are. The Purge would. I don't know, man. That would be pure chaos. I could not trust anybody.
Hey, evolution at its finest.
I mean, no joke. But I still enjoyed the movies.
But if there was a Purge, like how would you crime?
Oh gosh.
Truthfully, is protect the kids first and stuff. Protect the family first.
Okay, if you have no family at
What are you
all,
doing first?
or they're in a bunker and you can't enter the bunker or it's dangerous, for them, and you have to protect them. So you have to do one crime. What are you doing?
I'm still on Lego sets.
I mean, that shit gets expensive. So
Actually,
you resell that
shit
stuff
does
on
get
eBay.
really expensive.
That was my first answer, and whiskey's my second one because that can get expensive as fuck too.
Shoot, yeah. Probably shoplift, I guess, at that point. Yeah.
Yep.
Do some shopping.
I'm looting. I'm looting some stores.
Maybe a new truck.
So wait, have you seen the College Humor bit on this?
No, I'm
No.
not.
Where it's like, so if you steal a car, do you have to get it registered the next day?
Oh, shit.
Did they sign over to, ownership? How does that work?
That is so true.
Because there were a lot of
great.
they were even like, so if I stab a guy, right, and I'm dragging him back to my house, and he dies a half a second after the purge is over, did I murder him?
Oh my god.
And it's shit like that. It's great. It's a great video.
I'm gonna have to look that up now. That'd be hilarious.
See, I feel like I would find some celebrity's house and just, I don't know, I just want to break a big window. That sounds so little. I want to break a massive pane window.
Have you never broken a window?
No, I've never broken a window. I'm a good boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh. He's a good boy, everybody.
I find that hard to believe.
No, God, I've always wanted to. Actually, no, I've broken a window with a soccer ball, but that wasn't on purpose, and I didn't look.
You didn't look at the window. You just ran.
No, I kicked it, and as I saw it hitting into the window, I turned around, and by the time I turned back around, it was already
Okay. You want the satisfaction of watching yourself break a window.
I want to go to the Victorian or no, the Vatican and crash the biggest
Victorian.
the Victorian.
There's a kink in there somewhere.
A big stained glass window. I want to blow through that thing like fucking Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah, blow through it, man. The biggest pane window, biggest one you can find.
Fuck yeah. Little things, little dreams.
That's great. Yeah,
just bust right through it, man.
I'm gonna make that window my bitch.
Yeah, just shatter it and cover yourself in it, man.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. What about What about any fun like horror games you guys have tried or played? Anything spike your interest?
See, like you and I have obviously been playing, like we'll play Devour or Phasmophobia, which are both great games. And Phasmophobia is super cool because like the ghost is listening to your headset the whole time, so you have to turn on voice recognition, and like depending on what you say, the ghost can interact with you in certain ways, and it's fucking terrifying because you got to be like if the ghost's name was like Helen Telltaker, you'd be like, Helen, are you there? And then all of a sudden, like the washing machine like turns on. You're like, oh,
Yeah, it's fun. It's a really fun game. It
Yeah.
can be difficult too.
Yeah, very.
That does sound interesting.
I guess one that I've actually played. I mean, I guess you consider them horror, but they're more like shooters as well. It's kind of like the Dead Space ones.
It's got a
And
lot of
stuff.
horror aspects to
It's
it.
got a lot of jump horror stuff in it, though. So, I really enjoyed those.
Those
Those
are
have
really
always
fun.
been really good games. And I don't really know if you'd really consider Dead Island that and Resident Evil. I mean, they do have some jump stuff, but not. I don't know. I mean, I guess you consider them horror, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the newer Resident Evil ones kind of more horror, right?
Yeah, they went straight back to horror. It's so
Yeah.
good. But also, like, there's some like old N64 games that are horror games, like hit in a different way, and not like they were made to be horror games. Like the giant hands that would fall off the ceiling in the old Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time in the Shadow Temple, like used to scare the piss out of me. Or like, I think there was a Scooby Doo game where like you would have to go around and pick up these different collectibles, but like the like caretaker or whatever would like follow after you. Fucking terrifying for some reason.
Yeah, that's.
I think,
Is it? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think the only horror game I've ever played is Until Dawn.
Those are so fun.
Yeah, like the first time we played it in a night. I think I had a buddy of mine come over and we played. We started at like 9 o'clock at night and we didn't finish till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, those
Played
are
it straight through.
I don't know if I've ever played those before.
They're
It's
very
fun.
they're very cool because they feel very like Telltale series. It's almost like you're watching a movie and you're like, this person needs to choose what they're gonna say in this predicament. And no, they're really cool. You should check out. They made like a spiritual successor to that game
Oh yeah,
that just came out. I can't remember what it's called, but
The
I will
Quarry?
get that. The Quarry. It's so good.
oh dude, that's on my wish list for
It's great.
Steam.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
I've been keeping my eye on it. I've been wanting to play it.
We got lucky because it came to PlayStation's like premium service, so we just paid like $10 for the month and then beat it. Yep.
I think recently it was just on sale on Steam.
Yeah. It's very fun. The premise to this one like feels like it would have been cheesy, but it's not. It's great. They do it so well.
It kind of like encapsulates like 90s and 80s
Yeah.
horror movies, right?
hmm
Okay.
And there's some gruesome death scenes. Like it's pretty great. And the fact that the Alex from Modern Family is in it, it's just weird.
Oh, Ariel Winter or whatever her name is.
I think so, yeah.
Like the star power that they have in those, like in Until Dawn as well. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. They get a lot of love for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool though that they put stars and stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with the newer Star Wars movies.
Oh yeah.
Or the Star Wars game, not movies. The newer Star Wars games where it has that one guy that's from
Shameless.
on it in
I
it.
forget his
Yeah.
name.
And I think he fits perfect for it.
I really think they need to like get him in a movie.
I think it'd do good.
Yeah,
He did great on Shameless, so
Mhm.
I'd take it.
And I know he was in a DC series where he played as the Joker, and it was like I used to watch clips of it. It was he did a really good job.
Oh, Gotham, right?
Yeah, I think it's
Yes.
Caleb Monahan. Watch, I'm
Oh, that's
wrong on
pretty
that.
cool. I mean, you might not be, but that's still pretty cool.
We can fact check you. Caleb, what?
I said Caleb Monahan.
Okay.
And I guess like another game we've played before is what Dead by Daylight. I think is that one we played.
I don't know that we've ever played Dead by Daylight.
Well, what's the one where you like?
It was Outlast,
I don't
wasn't
know.
it?
Maybe we did play Outlast. Outlast is a fucking phenomenal game.
When you first got was it PS4 or the PS3?
PlayStation 4. And you
Yeah.
played the entire thing through like a thermal camera.
Yeah. Like you bought it and then we were at Logan's house and you played
Yep.
it and we'd like turn off all the lights.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. No, but I thought we did with our other group of.
I think you are right now that I'm thinking about it.
Where one person's the enemy.
Yeah,
and everybody else has to hide and run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty good game.
See, I liked Friday the 13th, which it didn't have as many. Like Dead by Daylight's cool because it has like every different horror person. You can even play as like the Demogorgon. You can play as the Nemesis from Resident Evil. You can play as like all these original ones, and then like Michael Myers and the Scream guy and blah blah blah. But Friday the 13th did that exact same game, but the survivors feel cool. Like in Dead by Daylight, all you're trying to do is like start these generators so you can leave, but all it is quick time events over quick time events after quick time events, and like it's not. I don't know. That's not engaging and cool to me. There doesn't feel like there's any strategy. It feels like it's more like I'm playing a rhythm game.
Yeah, I
but
get
with
that.
Friday the 13th, you have to actually like you can pick up a gun and shoot Michael or Jason, I think, and warn him. There's a lot of different strategy you can have and different ways to actually play the game other than just clicking Q on a certain time.
No, I get that. It was a good one though. It really was.
Yeah.
So to add on to what you were saying, Alex, it is actually Cameron I can't say Monaghan.
It's Monahan. I know it's Monahan.
Okay. It's not spelled the way I thought it was gonna be, but yes, he was in Gotham.
For the listeners here, it is Monaghan.
Yeah, hey, looking at it, that's not how like I saw it. Sorry.
It's the Monopoly Man. Oh fuck.
But yes, that is him.
But yeah, we definitely need to look at some more horror games and just try them out. Just because a lot of them are super cheap most of the time. It's strange that they're that cheap most of the time. Like I think Devour's like $6.99 or $5.99 right now.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
And I think we've only ever beaten like one level once. I think in that game.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
It was so funny though because we were having such problems when we were playing with our wives, and it took until the second night, and then we beat it finally. And we played with our guys like game group that we do once a week, and we beat it first try.
Yeah,
people that had never played before.
So, well, they weren't scared to just
do something,
run around.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
like we played it recently, and my wife's just like, oh, I'm gonna hide in this closet, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I guess he's near you. And I go into like it's the town stage, so there's like a sheriff's place, and there's like a stable and the bank, and it's like an old Western film. But I go into, I think it's the bank, and I was grabbing one of the books that you have to light on fire to like sacrifice. And I go in there, and I just hear my wife go, "Is that you?" And I look to my left, and she's sitting in the closet, and I freaked the hell out. and the enemy's nowhere nearby.
That's
Oh.
great. It's fun though. It's worth the try. We'll have to get it one day, and you'll have to play with us, TJ. It'd be fun.
Hey there, fantastic listeners. We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Nerd Daddies podcast. We wanted to take a quick moment to ask you for a small favor that would mean the world to us. If you're loving what you hear and appreciate the nerdy discussions and daddy anecdotes we bring to your ears, could you please take a moment to rate us on your favorite podcast platform? Giving us a 5-star rating helps us reach more fellow nerds and daddies like yourself. Your ratings and reviews not only boost our podcast visibility, but also provide valuable feedback for us to continue improving and delivering the content you love. So whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any other platform, please take a moment to rate us 5 stars and leave us a positive review. It takes just a few seconds, but it makes a world of difference for us. We appreciate your ongoing support and can't thank you enough for being a part of our incredible community. Your ratings and reviews help us grow and continue bringing you the best of Nerd Daddies. Thank you so much, and now let's dive back into the nerdy goodness that awaits us in the rest of this episode.
Welcome back, guys. Now, I know what you're thinking. When are the daddies going to talk about sports? Well, don't worry. Today, we're going to be introducing our brand new segment, Sports Talk with Daddy. Logan and TJ will be leading the podcast, talking about all things ball game. You can tell I'm not a sports guy. Whether it be NFL upsets, who has the best tennis player ankles, or who can get the most strikes in one game, TJ and Logan got you covered. Now, take it away, Daddy.
That's probably the best segue intro, whatever that we could that Alex could come up with for that. But I'll take it anyway.
Hey, really good on
Very
the
welcome.
spot
Very
there.
welcome. Very welcome.
Way to hit it out of the park there, Alex.
So I wanted to start out asking, and yes, Alex, you're involved in this.
Lit.
You thought you were going to get out of it.
Just to see if, a couple of sports, that y'all have heard of or have ever watched or whatever. So, of course, we'll start with football. I'm assuming y'all have watched football before. American football. Sorry. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
American football, yeah.
Okay. Soccer. You watched, or football, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
Of course.
yeah. Okay. Boxing. Anybody watch boxing?
I like to watch boxing. I just like to watch people get hit.
I got really big into UFC when it first was really big, in high school and stuff. So, okay, cool. What about cricket?
No.
I've watched it.
Okay, that's a good topic. We'll talk about that one in a minute. Rugby?
Yeah.
I don't know where you're guiding this. No, I've never seen rugby.
I got one more. It's just a funny one. What about Sepak Takraw?
The fuck are you talking about?
Is that like an expansion for Magic the Gathering?
So Sepak Takraw is kick volleyball. You can only use
that sounds
your feet.
lit. That sounds like some Naruto shit.
Yeah, I was like, man, I've seen that. I've seen that on YouTube and TikTok, or YouTube Shorts and TikTok and stuff before, of people showing live streaming some matches of it. I'm like, dude, that looks hard as shit, but kind of fun.
I can barely play normal volleyball.
No joke. I don't know. Really, I was just leading up to Sepak Takraw, so it was just funny.
I like hearing you say it. Say it one more time.
It sounds really good, honestly. Yeah. Whatever you're saying sounds really
this just rolls correct. Off
the
tongue. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that looks right. Looks like you said it right.
I think so.
Sack rack.
Well, oh my god. There's not an extra T in there. It's raw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Let's talk with Daddy.
But anyway, I'll go back to cricket. So, have y'all heard anything about cricket before?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you play with an SMS or an SNM, fucking. You play with a text message. You play with an SNM, fucking paddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the games can last days.
Yeah.
And all that crazy ass. Oh yeah,
it's baseball on steroids.
It's baseball on steroids times 10.
Yeah,
and they go on forever. Sometimes it's I don't know. I never understood the game really. So
It's a huge thing in India. Like India's like it's a hit.
Oh, I thought this was just a British thing.
I mean, yeah, that too. But Brits kind of took over India for it. Therefore,
Yeah.
and they kind of inherited a lot of the Brit stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so cricket's I don't know. I've seen it on TV before and just I don't get it. I don't get the hype of it at all. So, but the main sport that I know me and TJ follow is football, American football.
Specify their American football.
Yeah, American football. Just wanted to put that out there because I know some people get offended. So
Break it down even further. It's college football.
college football, yes, mainly like 90% college football.
Yeah.
I know me and my wife have watched a little bit more pros lately, or at least this season. So just because more football is better. So
I mean, yeah, but only reason I keep up with the NFL is because of fantasy football.
well, we do that, and just some of our favorite players and stuff. Not just necessarily favorite players, but favorite players we like to watch play. Like, yes, I know Derrick Henry was an Alabama player, but he's still a beast in the pros.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is. He still runs over people in the pros. So, I mean, he pretty much makes the Titans team worth watching. Of course, they lost today, but still.
Yeah. He is the Titans.
He really is, yeah. But yeah, college is definitely it's where it all started for me. So
Yeah. Like it was ingrained in me very young. I can't really say too much here. It's like my dad is still like all sports, any sports. If it's on TV, he's watching it. So like I was brought up around a lot of sports, but I guess the older I got, it's just I don't know. College football just kind of stuck through for me. Like after
yeah,
college, I just lost interest in the NFL. Like I don't know. It's just to me it's boring.
no, I mean I agree. It's gotten better. Um, I grew up, of course, huge Gator fan in an Alabama house, and then I moved away right before high school, and I mean I still followed the Gators and stuff, but then I got really big into the Rams, the St. Louis Rams still.
Yeah.
Back when like Kurt Warner was their quarterback and Marshall Faulk was their running back,
Oh,
and
that was a good team.
that was like they were awesome. And then they got beat by Brady in that Super Bowl. That still pisses me off nowadays. And then it just kind of I don't know. Then yeah, like you said, after college, it kind of just dwindled away for me. My interest in NFL and just full blasted college still. So
Yeah.
it's like a religion where we're from.
Yeah.
Oh God,
sure.
that feels crazy. So is it just the fact that you're getting to see these young men in their peak peak physique, like dripping, like fighting over a ball? Is that just what gets you guys off, or like?
Oh yeah. I'm sitting there.
Okay.
Just thinking, I could see myself in that.
Okay, and it doesn't worry you that these men are barely able to drink yet.
Most of them are not able to drink. What are you talking about?
Oh.
They're
A
drinking
little worse.
anyway.
They're drinking anyway. Of course, now they're making money too.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's a problem. I think. I don't think you're going to have your big dynasties and stuff like Alabama and stuff anymore because of the NIL deals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Georgia's on the precipice of it.
Yeah, but they're still not as good as they've been in the past.
I agree. I don't think they're great. Like honestly, I think they're beatable. Past 2 seasons, they're beatable.
Oh yeah, easy.
Two seasons ago, they were definitely beatable. I mean, Alabama proved it, but just fucking dropped the ball in the national championship. But yeah, last year, like I mean, these past few seasons, they've had weak schedules.
Oh yeah, the East is terrible in the SEC right now. Absolutely terrible. Of course, this year the West is not that much better either. So
It's like it's a bloodbath. Like everybody's fallen. It's
Yeah. And that I blame, and me and my wife had talked about this a lot. Like every Saturday morning, we're like NIL deals and the transfer portal are just fucking college football up.
yeah.
Because you can literally be a 5-star recruit, go to a team, play one game, and they sit you out for the next game, and you're like, okay, I'm transferring to this school, and then
Yeah.
you can just start with no repercussions. No, you got to stay benched for so many games or a season or something like that, like it used to be. It's I don't know.
I agree to a certain degree there. I think NCAA just adjusted that rule so that way it's like you can transfer with no probation afterwards, but you can't transfer more than once. Like if you go, because I mean, there's been several past few seasons. Player from Alabama they transfer to Arizona, or for example, Emory Jones. This motherfucker's played at 3 schools. He's at Cincinnati now. Like
Oh, I know.
he transferred. He went from Florida, went to Arizona. Now, or was it Arizona State? I think it might have been. It was one of those two schools.
Yeah, wherever that freshman that was going to come to Florida, that those NIL deals kind of fell through. He went to, I think it was just Arizona.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then now he's at Cincinnati. So they've made it now where you can transfer once, but that second time you're gonna have to serve a probation, like where you have to sit out that season or you have to sit out so many.
Well, that might, yeah, okay. I'm down for that then. That's fine.
And
Because,
that's kind of like how the old rule was like you could transfer, but you had to sit out that season, which kind of
yeah.
sucks. I mean, let's be real, that sucks.
But I think that season is considered a redshirt season, though, correct? So you technically were still eligible for an additional season at that point.
I think that's a possibility. I think that's an option. They could choose to redshirt the player, and then you get an extra season.
I get that. No, I'm fine with that then. If it's one, but like you said with Emory Jones, in such an inconsistent player, I don't. I mean, I understand why he's bouncing around because he's just trying to get his starting position so he can up his stock for NFL. But I don't think he's ever going to go anywhere after that. So
No. I mean, he's been fun to watch at Cincinnati. I don't know if you watched any of their games this season, but was it? I think it was last week. Might have been. I can't remember who they were playing. It might have been BYU. That was a good game.
yeah,
He
well, I
did
watched
pretty
some of that. That was actually a pretty good game to watch. It was. I mean, he's a good player, but like Anthony Richardson, he's inconsistent as hell.
It's like speaking of that rule, like there's controversy at the beginning of the season. So North Carolina had a wide receiver transfer from I think it was Akron, transferred from there, went to North Carolina, wide receiver, like should be eligible. Like and then NCAA announced back in January they decided that if you transferred schools or multiple schools, you had to sit out a season. But they didn't announce it until like the beginning of the season. So they said they decided it more towards the winter, January, February, and then all of a sudden this player has to sit out because of a rule that they didn't officially announce till June, July.
Jeez, that sounds annoying.
That's shitty. Like and I get where they're trying to come out as far as the rule, but I feel like they should have let this season begin, and then after this season, hey, no more.
Yeah, I agree with that. I guess I'm fine with that. How about that?
And I agree with you. Also, like to agree about the NIL deals. Like I think the NIL deals are great for athletes.
Oh yeah, I agree. They're great, and I'm not against them at all. But there's some sway with them.
Yeah,
So
there's got to be some cap. There's got to be more regulation. Like right now, it's like no holds bar. Like it's the wild west out there. Like you had not Clinton, Quinn Ewers from he's a quarterback at Texas now. He left high school early, skipped a senior year to go to Ohio State so he could get an NIL deal. motherfucker, what even 18 making millions of dollars went to Ohio State just for him to transfer after his first year at Ohio State to go to Texas.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's just crazy.
it needs to be regulated. Like I think it's been great for the players, for the athletes. It's especially a lot of them knowing that they're not going to make the league. Like it's a small percentage of them going to make the league. I know that's like their big time goals for a lot of them. You want to make the NFL, you want to make the league, but they're getting used by these colleges and universities. Their faces put everywhere. They're making money off these kids. You might as well let these kids get like a portion of it. Let them
Oh
make
yeah,
some money. Especially a lot of them like coming from terrible situations. Like family is like terrible family situation. So for them to go to college, be able to make some money, because I mean they're having to give their life to this program because there's no spare time. Like this is their job. So to give them money, let them get paid for that, I agree with. But to say again, like it's got to be regulated.
yeah. It's funny. I was always thinking of different ways. Like, how can they regulate this? I'm like, could they wait until they graduate and then they can start pulling the money? They still get the money,
Yeah.
but like if they're either they get like a season or like a career-ending injury puts them out, then they get the money, or they they graduate or go to the NFL, then they can get that money out, but they can't use the money while they're in school. I don't know, but then there's kind of a point too, maybe some of them need that money right now, kind of deal. So because I mean they don't need it for school because their school's fucking paid for free. So everything, room, board, food, everything is free for them at that point. So, but I know I always thought too, like the NFL should put rules in place. Like if you want to come to the NFL, you have to have like at least you got to finish your degree before you can come. But then again,
or finish your degree while you're in the NFL.
exactly. And if you don't, then you get penalized or something like that.
Yeah,
Because I mean, any day it takes one game to ruin your career,
yeah.
and then you either go into sports analysts or coaching, or you most of the time they don't do anything after that.
Depends how well of an athlete you are. Like a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
times they just fall to the wayside, go back home selling used cars.
yep, they do. I mean, shoot, it's funny because there's a couple of NFL guys that show their salary and stuff on TikTok and stuff, and I'm like, man, you see that fat paycheck, and then you see how much they take out of it in taxes. It's like 40% of their income is like yanked out.
Depending on what state they're from, too, is
Oh
crazy.
yeah, oh yeah,
I think-
exactly.
Who was it? Oh shit! It was like
Actually,
a deal.
no, I thought it was depending on where they've been playing that week. It gets taxed on the state or something like that. And maybe I'm wrong on that one. I don't know, but I thought I heard something like that. I could be completely wrong.
I'm gonna say it's the team they play for, like the state they're playing in.
Yeah.
It's like I want to say California. Like someone was saying, oh, so it was when Freddie Freeman. So this is unrelated to football. This is baseball. But when he signed a deal with the Dodgers. So when he went from the Braves to the Dodgers, it was like his deal. Like it was a crazy amount of money he was making, but with the taxes and everything added on to it, he was making less than what he would have if he stayed with the Braves and in Georgia.
That's insane.
Because he went to Los Angeles, so Dodgers, so California, which is fucking crazy as far as taxes go.
Yeah, that's really insane. It sucks, but then again, in the NFL, everything's pretty much already provided for you, other than room and where you sleep, and how you get to the practice fields and stuff, and the facilities.
Let's be real. Let's be real though. These athletes, what they're making, they could live like on a lot less.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. Plus, and then if you're really big in the NFL, you have all these sponsoring and shit going on, doing commercials and all the other shit that you're already making millions off of too.
Yeah,
That
you got more money coming in.
It's crazy.
But this is my hot take here. Let's start paying athletes less, and so that way we can make ticket prices more affordable for fans. Because if you look at like ticket prices across the board, not just pro, but look at college, like it's fucking outrageous.
Oh yeah, I watched this show on YouTube. This guy, he used to do like carnival eats or whatever, but this time he did like how much it costs to do certain things, and he's like, how much does it cost to go to a Vikings game
Oh, shit.
and eat food all 4 quarters? So he would get food at all 4 quarters. Granted, so that's a little extreme because nobody would do that. They'd probably get food once and then maybe a snack,
Yeah.
or something like that. And he was like, he was a lower bowl, but he wasn't. He was like 30-yard line, maybe 25-yard line, or something like that. Maybe halfway up the stadium, and it ended up being for one person like almost $1,400.
God, to see that's fucking ridiculous.
And a majority of that was the ticket price.
See,
I'm like, that is stupid.
it's ridiculous. Like I, as a fan, should not have to practically take a loan out just to go support my team and enjoy a game.
And that's why we liked going to the Nashville Predator games a lot.
Yeah.
It's because, yeah, they weren't that great, and now that they're better, their ticket prices have gone up, but they're still affordable. That's the thing. You can still go there and it not like break the bank.
And enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and you still have a shit ton of fun.
Yeah. Which we need to go to preseason games. Like,
I'm
preseason games
so
are
down
very
for
bad.
that.
We went last year, so when we took our trip up to Connecticut and Massachusetts, that we went to a Boston Bruins preseason game. It was fucking great.
Yeah, I am down for that. They're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember us going to the Save the Predator rally back in college. That was really fun.
That had to be
That sounds
lit.
political.
Oh yeah, because they were trying to move the Predators from Nashville to a different city.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, they were just going to move them because they're like, well, they're not as profitable or whatever kind of deal. But no, even the governor got involved.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
pretty
stuff.
good.
Yeah, he came out and we all got to go out on the ice, well, where the ice is, and all that stuff and everything. It was really cool.
That sounds neat.
See, the Atlanta Thrashers, or what was formerly known as Atlanta Thrashers, like they same situation, but they did get sold. I don't think they had anybody show up for them, or
Yeah, they didn't have a very good following. No. The people that did follow them, yeah, they were hardcore, but not enough. How about that?
I wish
now they're the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah. Fuck.
Or at least I think they're the Winnipeg Jets or the Golden Knights. I don't know. No, the Golden Knights came later.
Yeah, they're a new,
or the Knights or whatever. They're in just a new expansion, yeah.
Which now they have the Kraken, Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too.
NHL is slowly expanding and it's working for them. So take notes, MLB, because you're fucking dying.
Well, NHL players don't get paid. They don't get paid stupid amount of money like baseball players and NFL players and stuff. They just don't. They're starting to get paid more, but their salaries are still nothing near them.
MLB has been talking about expanding for years, but nothing.
I just have such a hard time watching baseball. I don't know why.
It's gotten better. So they've changed the rule. Like this season was a new rule change as far as like pitch count. Like pitcher, as soon as they had the ball in hand, they had to pitch it within like 10, 15 seconds. None of this, like take your time. Like once they get the ball, you have to get rid of it. Otherwise, you're what's the word I'm looking for? Penalized for it. As far as like,
how are they penalized though?
A ball. So it's
okay. So it just gives them a ball instead. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then the batter, if the batter's not in the batter's box by a certain time, then it's a strike.
Okay. So it speeds up the game a lot then. So that makes it good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
constantly working on like speeding up the game. They've actually made the bases larger, so there's been more stealing. It's like people stealing bases. So game's a lot different than what it's been. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I wasn't crazy about the changes at the beginning of the season, but it's worked out greatly for them.
Okay. Yeah, that actually makes it sound a little bit more interesting to watch then at that point. Because then it's, yeah, like you said, it's not as slow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch if Florida's going to the World Series or something like that. But pro
Let's-
level, I just don't. Yeah, I never got
let's-
into it.
Let's be honest. The '90s for baseball was at its peak. Like that's when
Oh, yeah.
every game was a fucking home run. Yes, they were hopped up on steroids.
I was just about to say that.
They were hitting home runs. They were hitting dingers. They were going out the park every fucking game. So bring back steroids if you're listening.
There you go.
If you're listening to MLB, bring back steroids.
Nothing like a roided up baseball player.
Hey, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, like Barry Bonds, some of the greats. It was fun during that time. It was fun to watch baseball.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I still enjoy baseball. I mean, it's painful as a Boston Red Sox fan right now, but I still, I don't know. There's a lot of sentimental reasons for me.
I've never had one team that I've focused on for baseball, so it's just kind of like, yeah, just never did.
Which is crazy because we're in Braves country, like in the South, like we're in the Bible Belt. It's Braves country, almost.
Yeah, but it's where's
almost exclusively.
Yeah, I mean, is there another team in the South? I mean, I know you have the Florida Marlins, but
Yeah,
they're
so-
not really considered the South. That's Florida.
Yeah, we're not going to consider Florida the South here, even though Florida Gators in the SEC. We just put up with them.
It's better than dealing with Florida State, so I'm just saying.
But I mean, you have Cincinnati, but I mean that's Ohio. Technically, Maryland. In our time, we don't consider Maryland the South, but
Hell no, that's too far. That's too far north.
I mean, 1800s though, Maryland was considered Southern.
Yeah, I can't consider that Southern.
I mean,
Yeah, that
At
makes
all.
no sense.
Southern sympathizers. Like, we're not going to get into that. We won't get into that. It's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Yeah, that is.
But it's pretty much like that's it. Unless you consider Texas or Florida, because you have Florida Marlins and then Tampa Bay Rays.
I know
And then
Texas is trying to consider themselves the South,
Yeah,
but I still feel like Texas, California, and Florida are just their own thing. Truthfully,
I feel like if you're on this side of the Mississippi, it's Braves country, and then the other side you get towards more of the Texas teams.
yeah, I see that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I know we've already talked about it once, but especially yesterday, college football, of course. It still blows my mind how stupid the coach is for Miami.
Oh, that
36 seconds left in the game, and you run the ball, and then your dude fumbles it, and Georgia Tech gets it back.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking kneel it and win the game.
That's why
And
they
what
have a
did-
victory formation. That's
I
what they was
know.
paid for.
Yeah. And what did Georgia Tech do with that fumble that they recovered? Fucking threw a bomb and ran it into the end zone and won the game.
I love to see it because I being from Georgia, I love Georgia Tech. Like that is not my team. I mean, Alabama is my team, but I do love to see Georgia Tech do good, especially being from Georgia. Fuck Georgia Bulldogs, but I love seeing Georgia Tech do good. And
Yeah,
they've had a
awesome.
terrible start to the season too, so it's good to see them get a good win like that, especially with Miami being undefeated
and ranked high as they are. I was really shocked at them doing that. Apparently, though, that their coach this is not the first time he's done this.
Oh.
So he's done it in the past, and it screwed him over in the past too. So he's going to get some major flack. I mean, I'm sure he already has, but I'd like to look up their press conference from that.
I mean, I guess kind of similar situation we had yesterday, Alabama, Texas A&M game. It was like 10 seconds left or 7 seconds left. It's 4th and 8. So naturally, you think you get either kick the ball. I'm like, kneel the ball because Texas A&M doesn't have timeouts. So the clock's got to run out. They can't be able to run out on the field with enough time to get the ball snapped. So game's essentially over. So I'm thinking, like, kneel the ball. But I don't know if you technically could do that. But we hiked the ball, and Milroy, like, takes a couple steps back, winds the clock down, and then throws it away. Like, they could have ended badly, but I mean, luckily it didn't.
Ooh, that's dangerous. I wonder if it's like a 4th down play like that, and they just kneel it, would that not stop the clock for change of possession?
See, that I do not know. Like
I can't remember, truthfully, off the top of my head, if that would actually stop the clock for change of possession.
I think that's maybe why they did it the way they did. He like took a couple steps off, and by the time the ball, because it went out of the bounds, by the time the ball hit the ground, it was like 0 on the clock.
Yeah, well, it's like Graham Mertz, what he did against the Tennessee Florida game, towards the end of the game, where it was the victory, that stance or whatever, and then they hiked the ball to him. He took a couple steps back, then he ran back farther to the right, and then kneeled down.
Yeah,
to burn more time.
Yeah, he was like dancing around before he kneeled to burn more time.
And then Tennessee fucking like railed into him, and I just wanted
well, fuck
cheap
Josh
shots.
Heupel. Fuck Josh Heupel, because game's over, and he burns a timeout. Like, game's over. All y'all have to do is kneel the ball. It's over.
4 seconds left in the game.
Yeah,
6 seconds, something like that.
He calls a timeout. It's like, okay, way to be a dick.
He was trying to start a fight. Yeah. That's what he was trying to do. He was being a dick to start a fight. And I'm like, that, I just lost. I mean, I had no respect for Tennessee to begin with. Now I have even less respect for them because of that bullshit.
It's also worse being surrounded by them, too.
Yeah, they're everywhere. But college football is the best. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess that's kind of all we're going to do to talk about for Sports Talk today, or this time. Not really today, but this time.
I think we ranted on enough.
Oh yeah, and we'll rant more on it.
Yeah.
In the future. I wouldn't mind if we did like a little. It could just be a me and TJ segment of just like what happened this past week in college football.
Hey.
Maybe just like we could do something in the middle of the week or something.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
If we could always do that. We can before you have to go to sleep in the middle of the day. But yeah, we could always maybe we'll come up with something and let everybody know.
We didn't get started on soccer. Next time I do want to talk about soccer because here recently I've kind of gotten into Premier League. So
I am 1,000% down for that too. I agree. I like the Premier League a lot.
Yeah. I've been enjoying this season, just saying.
Well, on that note, we'll let Alex do some talking on what's your favorite of the week so far.
Welcome back, Alex.
Thank you. I've been here, but God, I had nothing to actually add to that conversation. So good job, Daddies.
Whoop whoop.
Absolutely crushing it. TJ got very, very fucking angry about something at some point. It was great. But anyway, no. So my favorite of the week, I think it's probably just Valorant right now. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I finally got up to Gold 3. That feels cool. And I started using aim labs to try to mess around with like warm-ups or getting better aim. And that's just fun, to be honest. It's just really fun.
Good way to get better, definitely. It is.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting. I thought about paying like the monthly subscription for it because it even will like determine the perfect sensitivity for you. I don't know if it actually works, but it'd be interesting to see like playing around with whatever they gave you for that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I've messed around with aim labs a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, so I'll have to say my favorite of the week is some of what's been keeping us busy this week. But so Friday was mine and Kate's wedding anniversary. Been married 11 years, so happy anniversary, Kate. So Friday we just pretty much we didn't do nothing special. Like we pretty much dropped the kid off at daycare, kind of catnapped around the house, and just spent time together. So that was pretty good. And then our son's birthday party was yesterday, so planning that out and having that yesterday, which was a blast, and seeing him run around with all his friends was great to see. So I have to say that those two were my favorites of the week.
It was a very enjoyable party.
Yeah, my feet are killing me.
Shout outs to Publix. Your cupcakes are delicious.
Oh yeah.
Their bakery's pretty awesome.
It's pretty clean.
Yeah, so along with that, like my feet were already hurting from the party because they went. They had the party at like one of those indoor playgrounds. So, if for all the people that don't know,
Which I would heavily suggest if you were trying to plan a kid's birthday party, good place to have one.
Oh yeah.
It was fun.
All the kids have fun, of course.
Yeah.
And then me and my wife went hiking today, so that was a lot of fun. And my feet are like super extra tired now. Like, oh, my feet hurt so bad, but it was well worth it. So worth it.
Such
and then
a
of
great
course,
day for it too.
Oh, dude, it's like 64 outside. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course the kids' reactions to going to the theater for the first time and everything. That was worth it. So even if there are pains in the asses sometimes, but still worth it. So it's all good times.
Well, so that'll wrap up our episode for this week. We'd like to thank you for joining us for our podcast. Always good having you all along. Hope you continue to join us and spread the good word about us. Go door to door if you have to. We hope you enjoyed this episode this week. But before we go, we do have a few things we need you guys to do.
So what we really need you to do is go on wherever you listen to us at and like the shit out of us and review it, because that helps us to want to produce more and make more good content for you guys to listen to. And of course, your feedback is very valuable and helpful for us. Definitely, so we can kind of cater more content to you guys.
Trust me, if you are hungry for it, we will produce. Also, make sure to give us a follow on Twitter. By becoming part of our online community, you'll gain access to additional content, behind-the-scenes insight, and updates about upcoming episodes. It's a really good way to stay connected to us and engage in some conversations with us, as well as some of the other people who listen to us.
While you're at it, you also need to go over to www.nerddaddies.com. We post exclusive content over there, such as blog posts as well as merchandise. So if you want to rep us and your favorite daddies, go over there, buy some shit.
Oh yeah, and we've also added a couple of new, some insulated cool cups, so you can go get those on there as well now.
Oh shit!
Oh,
for every $1 you spend, I will rip off a single eyelash of my own.
That's scary.
Halloween! Next week we're doing a Halloween episode, bitches!
Oh yeah!
There. Dressing up.
Oh yeah. We might even take pictures.
Onlyfans.com/Nerd Daddies. Coming soon, coming October 31st.
I'm telling you, we're going to break into the game.
I'm going to break the fucking internet.
That's great.
Well, guys, that was another episode of Nerd Daddies. Thank you for hanging on, and we'll see you again next time.
See you later.
Are we doing it?
Bye.
Bye.
Every time.